I guess I'll get one more video in before I head to work at 3:30. Um, Georgia freshman Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, racist bitch, isn't on any congressional committees. She was stripped of serving on them last month after a series of anti-Semitic and Islamophobic comments that she made prior to her time in Congress came out. Greene, who's a favorite of the Trump wing of the party, needed another way to create controversy and draw headlines, and she found it. On Wednesday, Greene had filed a motion to adjourn the House, a procedural move that forces every member to come to the floor to cast a vote to keep Congress in session. She's done the same thing repeatedly over the last 3 weeks. Why? Pointless obstruction. Grandstanding of her most recent motion to adjourn, Greene tweeted this, that some GOP members complained to me that I messed up their schedule. I'm not sorry for interrupting fundraising calls and breakfast, but the GOP voters are tired of the weak Republicans. That's what she tweeted out. While an increasing number of her Republican colleagues are growing frustrated of Greene's obstruction for obstruction's sake, she is far from alone among the congressional Republicans who seem to have settled on simply gumming up their works as their preferred strategy in the early days of the Biden administration. Take Ron Johnson, for example. The Wisconsin Republican senator has signaled Wednesday that he plans to force a full reading of the massive $1.9 trillion COVID-19 stimulus bill, which already passed, and it's now Biden just has to sign off on that. It's a procedural maneuver designed to stall the eventual vote on the measure, but without any goal beyond that. I think that would be a good idea, Johnson told CNN when asked about forcing a full reading of the hundreds of pages of this legislation. We're talking about a $1.9 trillion, a stack of $1 billion that would extend halfway past the distance to the moon, and we want to do this in a matter of hours, and I don't think that's right. What I don't think is right is you trying to obstruct everything, you fucking dick. Or Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton, who was slowing down the confirmation that Merrick Garland is the next Attorney General because he didn't like Garland's answer on immigration policy. Democrats are trying to expedite Judge Garland's confirmation vote, tweeted Cotton on Wednesday. I'm blocking them because Judge Garland has refused to answer basic questions, including whether illegally entering the country would remain a crime. None of these maneuvers will actually do anything, but the COVID-19 bill will eventually get a vote, and if Democrats stay united, it will pass. The House isn't going to randomly adjourn because of Greene's antics, and Merrick Garland is very, very likely to be the next Attorney General, whether he gets the confirmation vote this week or next week, and Cotton can only slow the proceedings so much. This is obstruction solely to obstruct, and while obstruction has a long history in Congress, like the filibuster, Republicans are now playing a different game than obstructors of the past. What they're engaging in is performative obstruction. People like Greene and Johnson and Cotton are purposely charging at windmills, not in hopes of toppling them, but rather in hopes of ensuring that the party base and its media enablers see them charging at the windmill. What Greene is hoping to accomplish has nothing to do with adjoining the House. She wants faux news and the other fake news channels, Newsmax and Breitbart, to cover her forcing all these members to come to the House floor and cast meaningless votes. She wants to send fundraising, what they call solicitations to her national donor base, touting how she forced a vote. The more members grumble about it, especially Republican ones, the better for the racist cunt Greene. Yet more evidence is that she is sticking to the corrupt political establishment or something. Ditto, Cotton. What he's trying to do is to emerge sometime in the next 4 years as the logical heir to Donald Trump within the GOP, a spot currently filled by Florida Governor sycophant Ron DeSantis. And what better way to do that than to troll the Democrats? Sure, Cotton is doing so with no real end goal, legislatively speaking, but what matters only if you believe accomplishing something beyond raising his profile and some money is important. But Trump may no longer be in office, but his performative politics linger and continue to inform how Republicans appear to be defining success in the Biden era.